We knew last year.
Okay.
We knew last year it would be very hard to win in that car. So this year we made the upgrade to the SR8, and now we're really going for the win this year.
Awesome. Going for the win means that Kyle isn't safe.
No one's safe.
They have all the good stuff.
Yeah, last year wasn't bad. Obviously we had a slow, underpowered car, and we just tried to do our best with what we had. And we saw a good progression throughout the year. We started out a little bit behind the pace, and then in the last race, I was challenging for the lead, which was good. So it showed some improvement throughout the year. And then with the Radical Cup, that went as good as it could.
Well, tell you what. Tell you what, William. Since we're going to lead up to that, let us take a step back then, and for you to just give us an introduction.
About myself?
Yeah, man. Yeah, for persons watching who may not know William Mars, just tell us.
So yeah, I'm 22 years old. I've been racing since I was, I would say, 10 in go-karts. And I've been racing at Dover since 2015. And yeah, that's about it. This year I'm going into F4, so it's going to be great. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
All right. Now, what was your introduction to racing? How that started?
From a young age, we'd always watch racing on TV, specifically Formula One. And one year, my dad bought me and my brother's go-karts, and that's basically how it started. We started out go-karting, me, Philip, and my oldest brother, Mark. And from there, it just progressed into cars, and now I'm here where I am today.
Okay. And during your kart era, you mind telling us like some of your experiences, like successes and stuff?
Yeah, so during karting, basically started out on the local scene, and then over the years, as I got better and progressed, we decided to go overseas into Florida and all over the States. We did some Rotax Grand Nationals, some Florida Winter Tours, some Rock Cups, some Homestead Club races, and yeah, had some good times racing overseas. So yeah, it was some good times.
Okay. You participated like in regional events, like maybe like a Caribbean Cup or anything like that?
No. Well, during my time, we had the Caribbean Karting Carnival, which would invite like some people from other islands as well as people from the States to come down. But that was like the only regional thing, I think, at the time. We didn't really have any things in other islands or anything at the time, so yeah.
Okay. We're going to, because we're moving a bit fast, of course. William, man of very few words, but straight to the point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Let's move forward to circuit. If you mind telling person watching your age and how old were you when you got into circuit racing?
Yeah, so I am currently 20 years old, and I started racing cars in 2015. I think I was 18 when I started.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And your first car that you raced, which car was that?
It was a Honda Civic EG. We actually bought it from Jordan Powell. I don't know if anyone remembers, but it was like a bright yellow color when I first raced it, the first race I did in it. Yeah.
Yeah. You set up like specs on that car, engine and
Yeah, that car, we ran a B18 in it. It was pretty reliable. We didn't go for like a whole bunch of power or anything like that. And yeah, we wanted to go for more reliability than a whole bunch of power. That's why we didn't go for like a K series or anything like that. And yeah, it was pretty reliable. I think I only DNF'd maybe once or twice, so it was pretty reliable.
Okay, cool. After the EG, you went straight to the Radical, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But when you left the EG, your brother raised the EG, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And well, I can remember Fraser McConnell being one of your main rivals back in the EG days.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the Radical now, right? Now, what was the transition? Was it hard making the transition from the stick to the Radical?
It wasn't too. There's just certain things you have to get used to, like sequential gearbox, the speed, obviously, the amount of grip you have compared to the Civic. The Radical's a lot more stable than the Civic, and obviously the big thing is the Radical is rear wheel drive as opposed to front wheel drive in the Civic. And yeah, once you get used to those things, it's really it's not that hard to get used to, especially coming from karts. Karting is like kind of like a big go-kart, actually, the Radical. Very nimble and a lot of grip, and yeah, really fun to drive. So yeah, it wasn't too bad getting used to the Radical.
Okay. And last year was your introduction to Radical, right?
Yes.
Right. I was doing some. I saw where you participated in was it Guyana and won the. You participated somewhere and you're the champion of the Radical Cup.
Yeah. So last year the Radical Cup was in between Barbados, and then the last round was in Guyana, and yeah, we ended up winning the championship, which was very good. That's what we went there to do. So it was a great experience.
Awesome. And who were some of the drivers that you went up against?
So the three Maloney brothers, those were the main competitors, and we also had Christian Budasing, Luke Bowler, Horatio Brown, and for the last two rounds, Zane Maloney came in.
Oh, cool. Was a great experience. Okay, somebody's asking, was a great experience. well, we'll soon get to that. But yeah, what was the feeling like though, competing against all these, you'd say, top drivers and coming out on top?
Yeah, it was a good feeling. Yeah, the competition, it was very competitive. From the get-go, the first round, the first race, I mean, everyone is neck and neck. The whole field
Mm-hmm.
pretty much neck and neck for the entire race, 15 laps. Make a mistake, you drop a position or two, kind of racing, and yeah, no, it was very
Mm-hmm.
hard racing. Taught me a lot. Um, Basically, I just maintained my consistency throughout the whole year, and that's what gave me the win. Because I actually didn't win a single race outright, but I was able to win a championship just by staying top three for most races.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Awesome. Now, recently, you acquired a, a new radical.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You mind telling us, well, has it been unveiled? Has it like, was there a presentation done to the public where you can disclose some information about it?
The public knows about it. Yeah. I mean,
Okay, good.
the details, not really, but they know that I have it. Yeah.
Okay. What else? We're not sure how long we'll be in quarantine for, but whenever
hmm
it is that we get to, racing, um, what are you hoping to achieve with this new machine?
Well, the hope is to win. That's basically why we
Well,
got it. We knew last year.
okay.
We knew last year it would be very hard to win in that car. So this year we made the upgrade to the SR8, and now we're really going for the win this year.
Awesome. By going for the win means that Kyle isn't safe.
No one's safe.
Because, word on the street is that Kyle is the man to beat.
Well, he's been
Right.
winning for past couple of years, so yeah, he is the man to beat.
Mm-hmm.
We know there's a lot more competition coming this year too. It's going to be very interesting.
Very, very. And I see where you will be participating as well in F4, Formula 4.
Yes. hmm
Okay. Tell us what that experience is like, though. Compared to Jamaica, like racing in Jamaica, what is that experience? What's the experience like?
Well, at the moment we haven't really. I mean, all we've done is 2 test sessions in Houston. But as far as racing, it's hard to compare because I haven't really gone to an F4 race. But
Okay.
one thing I can tell you from racing in Barbados is that the crowd that we create and the vibe that us Jamaicans have at a racing event is way greater than I think anywhere else that I've been. It's truly something special.
Wow. Wow. Well, I'm hoping that the Jamaican fans are listening or watching now,
hmm
really looking to what you said and realize that we have something special here. Even Nico, who drives the Low Boys Radical, has the same sentiment. That Jamaica, the crowd, the vibe
Yeah.
is just next to none.
hmm
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
it's truly something special.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me though, your ideal race car, is it the one you have now or something else?
My ideal race car, I think, as of now, it's what I have now. I mean, as far as everything goes for Dover, I think and Jam West, I think the SR8 is probably one of the best cars for it at the moment. So I think, I think there's not going to be much that's going to be faster than the SR8 at the moment, I think.
At the moment, right. Now, before this radical era, because I can see that we're in a radical era now, we see a lot of radicals out. Before now, was there another car that you're looking at to say, well, you know, this is the car that I would probably race, like maybe an Evolution or, you know, a turbocharged Civic, all-wheel drive, something? You know, what was it before the radical?
Not really. Nothing really. I mean, I didn't really grow up around going to Dover that much when I was younger, so I didn't really get to really watch David and Doug in like the Evo and the Audi that much. But as far as since I've been in racing at Dover, I think the Radical was something we were always looking at, seeing how well it did, how well Kyle did it in his own, and how reliable it's been. I think that was always our number one choice when we were stepping up.
I mean, you know, I've heard persons say that, boy, the Radical, boy, them want back the Evolution and them want back the Audi and all of that. You know, boy, the Radicals don't look as exciting as those cars. Now, you know, I asked Kyle the other day, and I'm going to ask you now. At this stage of the game, there's no other car you choose to get the job done, right? You pretty much said that a while ago.
Yeah.
Right? I can understand where the fans are coming from to say, you know, boy, they love the sound, you know, they love hearing the wastegate and all of that. But
yeah,
those cars, they are not putting down the times that the Radicals are putting down. You know, all right. I see somebody is asking if you're concerned about the Audi when it returns.
Right? No, not really. I'll have to wait and see what it can do in the first race, but no, not really concerned. Not. I mean, I'm just doing my homework and getting myself ready, but you never know what can happen, you know. First race of the year, everyone's coming strong, so
yeah.
But no, not too worried at the moment.
Okay, I see Fraser giving you a shout out. Big up Fraser. Fraser
Big up Fraser.
Yeah man. Fraser, I was messaging you today. You need to give me a shout, right? But yeah, back to business, William. In terms of seat time, have you gotten any seat time in your new Radical as yet?
Yeah, we did 2 test sessions early in the year.
What was the practice times like? Am I insured?
It was good. That's all I have to say. It was good. I'm comfortable in the car, and we put down some good laps. And we have some tweaking to do still. Some issues came up, but nothing too major.
Okay.
But like all things, we'll get it fixed, and we'll be out strong in the first race. So.
And I mean, it's been said in racing circles that you have a winning team, the team of the Moody's. You know, Kyle was tipping his hat off to them the other day by saying, you know, those guys are really awesome. You know, when they put their hand on something, it's really you see the results. You know, would you? Well, it's to ask you if you would choose if there's anyone else you see to work with, it would kind of not make any sense, isn't it?
No, I mean, I respect what the Moody's do. They definitely get the job done, and they don't waste any time when it comes to preparing the car. I mean, right as our race is done, we're already back to the drawing board. The next day, we're already back talking about what we're gonna do for the next race and how we're gonna
To
prepare.
improve.
And yeah, I mean, we don't waste any time, and you see it at the track. We're not really in a rush or anything when you see us on testing days. We get there early, settle down, get everything ready, and we just do what we have to do. So yeah, they're definitely great people to work with.
Right, and you'll continue to work with them with the Radical, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let's backtrack a bit. You mind telling us how you got that name Wings?
Yeah. It's not as exciting as everyone thinks it is, actually. I just got it from, so back when I was in go-karting, PJ Moody actually gave me the name because I'd eat KFC wings for every lunchtime at every race meet ever. So that's how the name Wings came up.
Well, I would say, it fits in quite nicely with what you're doing, because you can interpret it to mean that when you're on the track, it's almost like, you give the car's wings.
Yeah.
Because they're flying, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's why it's stuck over the years, because it has, I guess, two meanings.
Yeah, man, for real. All right. So we talk about the new Radical. What can fans expect though for this whenever it is that we go back to the track?
You can expect some really exciting races. Everyone's coming out strong. All the Radicals are going to be pretty much identical. I mean, it's going to be crazy close racing.
In terms of specs, right?
Yeah, in terms of
performance.
Yeah, and performance, they're all pretty much identical. And I feel like the competition is going to be really close, battling probably for the entire race. I feel like there's going to be a lot of different winners. If the competition is as close as we all hope, which it should be, I feel like the competition is going to be really tight. People are going to be battling. Racing is going to be close. And yeah, I think someone might dethrone Kyle, but let's see.
All right, I see somebody's asking, which driver do you look up to?
I look up to Charles Leclerc. He races Formula One for Ferrari. Ever since he came into the sport, I was watching him, and I truly look up to him. He's already doing great at such a young age, so definitely has a bright future.
And locally, who would you say? Is there anybody locally that you admire?
At the moment, not really. I mean, when I was younger, I used to watch rallies a lot, and I used to really enjoy watching like Gary Gregg and Jeffrey Panton. So I guess those were two people I looked up to during those times. But currently, no, not at the moment.
Okay, cool. Before we go any further, I just want to say a big shout out to the sponsors for tonight's live stream. Kenty Racing, Jamaica Race Drivers Club, WAP Performance, Boosting, Horsepower in a Bottle, Z-Dodge Performance, Massive Auto Parts, and Squickly Wrecking and Haulage. All right, back to things now, William. Now, this is a question I've been asking circuit racers, so I'm going to throw it out to you as well. So I'm giving you a grid, and I want you to give me the what you think would be the result at the end of the race, right? So on grid we have Doug Gore, we have Kyle Gregg, we have William Myers, we have Stena Somerville, we have Colin Daly, we have Nico, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, from last to first, let me put it that way. No, no, no. Hold on. Let me do it the other way. From first, from first to last place. What do you predict, or you think, or you see that race going?
Sounds like you want to start some war in the comment section.
It's just for fun, peeps. Yeah, man. Nothing. It's not that serious. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So I don't want anybody in the comments taking it personal. It's just. You understand? Just for fun. All right. 1 second. Junior Barnes is saying to add Andre Anderson to the grid. So Andre Anderson has been added to that grid. So 7 persons on the grid. First to 7th place.
First to 7th place. All right. Me first. Obviously. Then I think Kyle second.
Mm-hmm.
Colin third.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would go with I think maybe Senna.
Mm-hmm. In 4th.
Senna or Nico, one of them. All right, put Nico, then Senna, and then Andre and Doug, or Doug and Andre. One of the two. Vice versa.
You know, I'm not laughing. I'm seriously not laughing, you know. No, everybody I've been asking so far has put Doug at the last. And I'm wondering, I need to get back Doug on the live, you know. I need to allow Doug to get out of this what you call it? I need to allow Doug to defend himself. But I mean, look, I appreciate your grid, and it's only for us to see what will happen on race day. And that should be a pretty interesting grid, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, of course, everybody refer to you guys as the young guns, the new generation of racing. And truth be told, you guys are doing a very, very fabulous job in helping the sport to grow. And there is a future. We all know that there is a future for, I mean, motorsports, of course, but definitely circuit racing has a future with these young talents coming out.
Yeah.
For persons in the chat room, feel free to put any question you may want us to ask William before we hit the cutoff. We have like about half an hour left. So yeah. So moving on, William. Let's talk about sponsorship in terms of motorsport. Because you're sponsored by KFC, right? Would you say that it's hard? It's for racers to get sponsorship. Let me ask it that way. Is it a bit challenging? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Especially times like now, where everyone is kind of getting hurt by what's happening. I think it's going to be hard to get sponsorship. Yeah, but I mean, once you have the results to back it, I think they'll be understanding whoever you're looking to sponsor you. But yeah, no, for sure it's hard, for sure. But yeah, I think companies are kind of understanding, especially with Dover, because they know the amount of people that come out to Dover.
Right.
Rally is probably harder because the spectators for rally has kind of dropped over the past couple of years, which is kind of sad to see. Hope to see that revive. But yeah, it's kind of difficult to get sponsorship, but everyone can work with, can get it done.
All right. Somebody was asking earlier, which track do you prefer, Jamwes or Dover?
Dover. I think Dover is
Dover.
a bit more challenging, which is something I like. Jamwes is a bit easier, more flat, long corners. But for me, I like Dover more. You know, tight corners, tight sections,
Right.
and then you have the straight. The first corner is kind of long, and then down the hill, up the hill, through Pinky's Bluff. All that stuff creates a bit more excitement on the track and makes it a little bit more interesting to drive.
Right. So the challenge is what makes it interesting, pretty much. Yeah, got you. Somebody else had asked a question earlier. Yes, for persons who are asking questions, you could just repost them because a lot of persons commenting, so the questions are being sent up in the chat. But talk about the F4. All right, somebody wants to know about the F4, William.
Yeah. So after the Radical Cup, we were looking into what we're gonna do next, and the F4 opportunity came up, so that's where we decided to go.
KGS Art is asking, can you beat Kyle?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I can beat Kyle.
Cool. Do you think what's the best time so far, by the way, before I ask the next question?
My best time at Dover?
At Dover.
Might spill some beans if I say that.
Well, let's go official. Let's talk about since you don't want to spill any beans, let's talk about what we have officially then at a race meet.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what time I did last racing. I know last racing was my fastest for sure. I think everyone went fastest.
It was on the 120 though.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think it was
okay.
Either 17 low or 16 high. I'm not 100% sure, but it was under 20.
In that region.
Yeah.
Okay. The track record is now at 115. Something. Do you think 114 is possible? With all these competitions coming out and everybody pushing?
I think it could be possible. Like a high 114 could be possible for sure. I think once everyone starts pushing each other and grip levels go up on the track and so on and so forth, I think we could possibly see a 114 this year.
Awesome. Over the years of racing, whether it be locally or internationally, who has been your biggest rival?
Up till today, I think Fraser has been my biggest rival.
And that was back in the EG.
Yeah, and from karting all the way up. Cause we raced karts together.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we raced karts together all the way, and we came to Dover together and everything. So, yeah, we've been going at it.
All right. Well, I'm anticipating. That's why I need to get Fraser on the live, because we need to know. We need to know if we'll be seeing any more of that McConnell and Myers rivalry on the track. We need to know. The fans need to know. Yeah, man. Well, I see Philip. Big up Philip again. Somebody was asking earlier if Philip has any plans of returning this year.
No, he's not returning this year. maybe later
Okay.
on. But as of now, he
Mm-hmm.
has no plans of returning at the moment.
Okay. Okay. Is that Mr. Gary Matalan?
Big up, Uncle
Yeah,
Gary.
big up. Big up, big up, big up. All right. So somebody had asked a question a while ago. Uh okay. If you Are you looking as far as Formula One?
Um, I think at the moment I'm a bit too old, but we'll see how F4 goes. Definitely, we want to go further in racing. I just think F1 is out of the picture right now. But now we're definitely gonna try go up in racing for sure. I mean, after F4, I can qualify for F3, and then from there's a lot more opportunity, especially in the States.
Right.
So yeah, the plan is to go up into bigger racing.
Well, I mean that would be good because as we've seen already, your car that you'll be racing in F4 has the Jamaican colors on it, the Jamaican livery,
Yes.
and trust me, nothing gives me greater joy than to really see Jamaican colors on the international stage, and I can tell you that when you do go out there, you'll be definitely getting the support of motor racing fans both locally and internationally.
Yeah.
Because it's a proud moment. We all saw what happened when Fraser McConnell, participated in the rallycross.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, we definitely decided to go with a Jamaican themed livery because we wanted to, represent the country, and we all know that our flag colors are like
Stand out.
Yeah, they stand out compared to like any other colors, and they're really bright.
Yeah,
so
man.
we will for sure be standing out on the track.
Yeah, because other flags will definitely have red, blue, white. A combination of each or all.
Yeah.
So our black, green, and gold will definitely stand out in any crowd.
Yeah, I think we're the only flag to have those three colors.
Yeah, we are. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right. Persons who have any other question? Oh, rituals. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Ritual. Kyle has a ritual. Senna was saying that he has a ritual as well. Do you have a ritual? Something you do each time you get in the car, like you put one gloves on first, or something you always do?
Actually, not really. I was actually listening to Kyle's live when he was telling about his ritual, and I was trying to think if I have any. But no, I just get in. I don't really like. I think was it Kyle that was saying he puts on one glove before the other or something like that. Yeah, no, not for me. I just get ready and go.
Just go in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you superstitious? Like Senna was saying that you wore an orange shirt once and the card flipped, and he never ever wears orange shirt again.
No, I'm not superstitious. I'm not.
Yeah.
Nothing like that really bothers me.
Yeah. Well, there's something I admire about you guys when you're lined up on the grid. Whenever I come across to like video you guys, I always notice you're focused on, you're looking straight ahead at the track. You're not looking left or right, or you just focus. Is that something that helps you to lock in like that moment? What's happening during that moment before you guys move off? For you, what happened?
For me, I'm just visualizing. Just getting ready, visualizing.
Thinking about the lines.
Yeah, thinking about the start, thinking about the outcome. I like to visualize as much as I can before a race because I just want to win. So I just
Mm-hmm.
visualize the win pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
even from probably from the night before. I'm just sitting there thinking
Mm-hmm.
about what's going to happen race one, how we're going to win, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I hear a lot of racers say that sometimes the person who gets to corner one first um, is sometimes or most times the winner. Do you see it that way?
Um, no, I mean, you can't really win a race in the first corner. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have
But
we have the rest of the race, I know, but we're going to be fighting. Anything can happen in our
right.
race. Everyone knows that. And
Mm-hmm. But what I'm looking at, right, William, here's the scenario. You said earlier that pretty much all the radicals are at the same or similar spec and
mhm,
power level,
yeah,
which kind of means that if somebody doesn't mess up, have a spin out or something, then it's pretty much going to be neck and neck right around the track.
yeah,
So that from that point of view, I'm saying, well, if the person gets out of corner one first, then chances are that person may be able to hold off the field to the finishing line.
yeah. Well,
What do you think?
I mean, anything is possible, but there's only so much holding off you can do. So once you keep the pressure
Mm.
on, they might make a mistake, or you might see an opening.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, anything can happen in racing. It doesn't matter how close the cars are.
Mm-hmm.
You see it all the time in spec series, people winning, different people winning. And that's something I really
Mm-hmm.
saw in the Radical Cup, because we're all in SR3s, all identical stock from the
Yeah.
factory.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost never the case. The first person to get to corner one almost didn't ever win. So, I mean, everyone was really close and pressure bust pipe. So, once you keep under pressure, something's bound to happen.
Oh boy, tell me something. I was looking at some of your recent posts on your Instagram earlier today, and there's this one particular race where you almost got around Kyle, you almost passed him. What would you say was the main reason that you didn't win Kyle last year?
We just had an underpowered car.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that that car wouldn't be able to win with the engine it had in there. I do know that they're putting in a bigger engine this year for CJ to run, which they've claimed is going to make it run in the 16s. So we'll have to wait and see if that makes a difference for that car. But it definitely showed that that chassis is good. I mean,
Yeah.
we're right there at the end of the year, and to have so much less power, I mean, it shows that even with a little bit more power, you'll be right there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Cool. Any specific reason why the SR8 opposed to the RXC Spider or some?
Yeah, the SR8. I mean, it's shown that it's competitive. We saw Nico come out and Christian Budising as well, and it showed its pace. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was the main thing that showed us that, hey, this car can really compete against Kyle. And we already knew it. I mean, from the SR3, we knew we had the handling and the braking. We just needed more power, and that's what the SR8 is. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the main reason why we went with it.
Mm-hmm. So you'd pretty much you'd say that your last year was basically to get the experience on how to really maneuver and handle the radicals.
Yeah,
You're pretty much getting some seat time.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, I learned a lot last year. Running both series, I learned a lot, and also the SR3. I mean, even from running the Radical Cup and stuff, I'm pretty much, when I jumped in the SR8, as far as handling and stuff, it's pretty much the same. It's just getting used to the extra speed. That was it, really.
All right, cool. I just want to say again, big up to tonight's sponsors, Kenty Racing, Jamaica Race Drivers Club, WAP Performance Boosting, Horsepower in a Bottle, Zidodge Performance, Massive Auto Parts, and Squickly Wrecking. All right, back to stuff. Peeps, we have a few more minutes left with William. So if you have any question, and for persons who are posting questions, remember we can't really get the chance to ask all of them. So stay with us, all right? We'll only grab a few that we can. He must sell the other car. I'm not sure what that is. Views on Taz. Somebody's asking, what's your view on Taz?
Yeah, Taz he's a good driver. Funny enough, he started racing karting too, and we both, I remember us both driving 50cc together on like practice days and stuff. But for sure, yeah, he's a good driver. I really would like to see him move up though, because I think adding him to the field would be more interesting, make it more interesting. But even with you can definitely see he has the car control and he has the speed. So I mean, I think him in a faster car would be very interesting as well. Definitely a good driver.
You know, it's been said that a lot of racers are quote unquote aggressive, like, you know, not aggressive in a really a bad sense, but aggressive in terms of you are not going to pass them.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be a fight. Would you say that, you know, you're an aggressive driver?
Yeah, I'm an aggressive driver. I think you have to be. With the competition the way it's going to be this year, you have to be an aggressive driver to win. People are going to be right behind you. You're going to be right there with everybody else. I think with the competition as close as everyone anticipates it to be this year, aggression is definitely going to be a key role in winning races.
Someone was asking earlier about rally. Is there any other discipline that you participate in?
No.
Okay.
I haven't participated in rally.
Okay. Would you give it a try?
Maybe in the future, but at the moment it's not really on our radar.
Just focus on right. Somebody's asking views on Justin Sir Ghani.
Yeah, he's also a very good driver. I'll say it again. We all karted together. So we all know how good each other are. We went away to races in Florida and all over the States together, and I saw him beat some really talented drivers in a car. So yeah, he's a very good driver. I think if he moved up as well, it will be definitely interesting for sure.
What would your suggestion be to somebody who wants to get into circuit racing? What would your suggestion be to them?
I would say starting karts. That's the main foundation to learn everything about racing, and it's pretty cheap in terms of crashing. If you crash, usually you can just get back on the track and drive again, unless it's something crazy. But yeah, I think karting is what teaches most of us the real fundamentals of racing. So I think if you start in karts, do that for a couple of years and then move into circuit racing like at Dover, you should be good.
Cool. What is your dream car to drive on a track out here?
Like a dream race car? Well, I think right now I'm driving my dream race car because when I started in the Civic and when Kyle's Radical first came, I was like, yo, that's a pretty sick car. That's something I looked at, and I was like, wow, that must be insane to drive. And now I'm driving in one, so of similar pace, not the exact same car, that obviously, but of similar pace. And I think right now that's the dream. Right now I'm driving.
Cool. Who taught you how to drive? Somebody, Philip is asking.
He likes to ask that question every time we go live. He likes to think it's him.
Well, I guess Philip wants some props, eh? Yeah, get him on him props, man. Big up, Philip.
Yeah, Phil, big up.
You know? Yeah, man. All right, somebody was asking, Bassi was asking, when is the next Formula 4 test session? Or when was it supposed to be? Because, you know, everything has been pushed back now somewhat.
Well, we finished testing, but the first race was supposed to be last weekend, same as Dover, but that got cancelled, and they haven't really given us a solid update on when the next race will be. The next race is scheduled for June, but with things how they're looking at right now, they're not completely sure what's going to happen. It looks like they may be cancelling it, but they haven't fully said what they're doing yet, so we're just waiting to see what happens.
Cool. Have you ever got frustrated, like, after, I mean, let's say maybe not really achieving a goal, and you're like, I can't matter this racing thing, yeah, man, all right, well, you know, you ever had some of those moments?
Not really to quit racing, but there's been some frustrating moments for sure. Sometimes even last year at Jam West, we did one race, and then so we had some electrical issues and we couldn't race the rest of the day. Actually, no, we missed the second race, but then we got ready for the third race and it rained out, so it's kind of like all that effort driving all the way to the grill, getting everything ready was kind of a waste.
Well, all right, somebody was asking if like the schedule for F4 would clash with local race meets.
Well, originally just the first race was going to clash, but I'm not sure what's happening now, to be honest. I don't think any of us know really what's happening now, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens, how everything plans out.
All right, cool. So for everybody who is back with us, we have like about 10 minutes left before we fully wrap. So if you have any questions for William, feel free to post them in the meantime. All right. So tell us a little bit about your team, William. We know it's the Moody's, but you know, would you say that you guys really like have a chemistry and you guys understand each other? You know.
Yeah.
Can tell us a bit.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been with the Moody's since early days in karting, and over all these years, I mean, we've all grown to become great friends, and you know, we funny thing is, Mr. Moody, he's very straightforward. So I mean, you come off the track and he'll tell you straight, yo, that session was crap. Fix this, fix that, fix this. And then we have like CJ, Kyle, Fraser, the rest of the team, all the Moody's, Donaldson, Kurt. And yeah, we're all like a big family when we're at the track. We really get along, and we really try to help each other as much as we can. And yeah, so I think we have a pretty good chemistry.
Cool. Because, you know, as I was saying to Senna the other day, that, you know, a lot of times when races are won, it's not really because of the driver or the potential of the car, but, you know, the team support, you know, just making sure that the driver is comfortable The less the drivers have to worry about, then the more focused he'll be able to be, while on the track.
Yeah, it's definitely a
So,
team effort for sure.
someone was asking the F4 car, if it's a Honda engine that's in it.
Yeah, so Honda supports the series. So yeah, all the cars run a Honda engine. They actually run the Honda Civic, the current Honda Civic Type R engine, without the turbo. So
That's the new Civic Type R, the FA8.
Yeah. So it's a new Type R engine minus the turbo.
Wow. Yeah. How's the performance of that car compared to the Radical you have here?
So it's actually slower. I think it's just shy of 200 horsepower. And but yeah, it's definitely great fun to drive. You have to really be carrying your momentum and stuff through the corners, which is something you have to really pay attention to when racing. Because I was watching a lot of the F4 races online, and you see someone mess up a corner before a straight, and they just get killed because everyone else has the momentum coming up behind them. So yeah, it's something. It's gonna be interesting for sure.
For real. Yeah, man. Well, yeah, peeps. Any more question we have for William? Feel free to post it. You have a couple minutes. But last thing from me, William, is in terms of like sponsorship. We know that you're sponsored by KFC, but is there any other sponsor that you have at the moment?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. And for a company such as KFC to be involved in racing is a really good look. I remember the commentators at quite a few of the meets, they used to make fun to say that the chicken is running from the juice, and the juice and that used to really pump up the crowd. Definitely that used to really get the crowd going. What would be interesting though is to have more of these more sponsors, of course, but in all sphere of food chains, I think it would be pretty interesting to see, even a Burger King, join in the mix, or a Popeyes or something, to really, add to that whole drama and that picture of the wing is running away from the juice, and here comes the burger, or something of that sort.
I guess that could make it more interesting for the fans, for sure.
Yeah, man, like a food race.
Number one, always.
Yeah, man, big up KFC, big up. All right. All right, so last question I see here is his views if Doug was in a Radical. Okay, somebody's asking, what do you think?
I think Doug in a Radical would be fast, for sure. I mean, I think the only reason we're kind of doubting Doug in a sense is because, I mean, obviously none of us have really seen the potential of his current car. But I mean, with all new things, it's going to have teething pain and so on and so forth. So who knows? Maybe he sorts everything out and he's right there with us. But
that would be pretty interesting.
It's hard to determine.
Yeah, that really.
For sure, in a Radical, he'll be fast. I mean, Radicals are so reliable and fast out of the box. So yeah, for sure.
In terms of support, are you working with a team from Radical?
Well, we have an engineer over I engineer with Radical.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had anyone come down or anything like that, but over email and WhatsApp, we've been talking back and forth and sending data. So, I mean, everyone who has a Radical has Radical support from engineers overseas. So, at the moment, we haven't had the need to bring anyone down, but yeah, it's good to have that service and that support behind us.
For real, for real. All right. I think I'd asked this earlier, but since as we are pretty much on the wrap up, I'll ask again. What can fans expect the next time you guys meet on track?
Yeah, you're gonna definitely expect some intense racing, high speeds, close battles, changes for the lead constantly. I think this year is gonna be the best year yet in a while for sure. Everyone's equal, as I said. It's gonna be very close. We're all gonna be neck and neck, so you definitely have to come out and watch, support all of us, and yeah, it's gonna be one to remember.
And I really hope there's not much color switching going on.
Well, with all close racing, you have some
color. Yeah.
Yes, hopefully nothing too serious.
Yeah. Do you have you ever had a close call, or like, you know, a moment when you got back to the pits and you're like shaking or you're nervous? You ever had one of those moments?
From like almost crashing, not really. I mean, I've had some pretty decent fender benders in the Civic. But no, nothing too scary yet.
Okay. All right, cool. We hope it stays that way. He has a YT video.
Yes, it's on YouTube. When I got hit.
Oh, yeah. YouTube video.
Yes.
Okay.
So you guys can go check that out on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, man, for real. All right, and if you want to follow William, be sure to check him out on Instagram, Wings 62, correct?
Yes, at Wings62 on Instagram.
Okay. You're on Facebook as well?
Not so much anymore. I mean, I still have the account, but don't really post.
Yeah.
So mostly, if you guys want to keep up with me, follow me on Instagram for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, you know, we're really giving you our support from now, William, for when you go overseas to, you know, bring home that championship, bring home that cup, bring home that trophy. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, definitely. Someone is asking what the 62 is for. Was that the year you were born? Just kidding.
No, actually, it's my original racing number, which I haven't been able to run at Dover, unfortunately, because I think somebody else has that number registered. So I've been running 162, but my original number from day one is 62, and that's what I'm running in F4. So.
Oh,
the
cool.
62 is coming back.
Cool. All right. One last question. Somebody's asking views on Jamie James' car. All right.
Yeah, that car is wild. It's definitely, I can see why people really liked David's car so much and stuff, because
all that
when you hear that thing going down the straight and it's like busting shots and making all sorts of crazy noises, I mean, it sounds like it's going 1,000 miles an hour down the straight. I mean, I can see why the crowd really likes those kind of cars. And yeah, no, it's definitely a cool car. For sure. But as you said, I think we've reached a stage now where those Evos and stuff, it'll be really hard for them to keep up with these Radicals.
All right. Somebody's asking, from the test session, are you seeing yourself on top or within the top 5?
at Dover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, no, I think it's with the F4.
Okay, yeah. So our test session was kind of, I wouldn't say private, but it wasn't like an F4 official test session. So kind of still hard to determine where I am placed amongst most F4 drivers. I know the F4 drivers that were practicing the same time as me, which are like very few, like maybe four. I was fastest compared to them. But yeah, at the moment, hard to determine where we would be. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see at the first event.
All right, cool. Last, I see somebody's asking, when are you expected back to Barbados? When you're coming back to Barbados? Well, all right.
I don't know yet.
Whenever something pops up, eh?
Yes. Hopefully sooner than later.
Leviticus is asking if you use simulators.
Yes, I actually started using a simulator because I go to school in Florida, so I had a simulator up there, and I was learning the first track for this F4, which was Road Atlanta. But with everything going on, I had to rush home. School closed and everything, so I didn't have space to bring down all my stuff. So right now, I'm not really running any simulator stuff, which is not ideal. So yeah, we're trying to figure out something.
He's asking also, what's the simulator of choice?
Yeah, the program I was using was iRacing. It's on PC. As far as I know, that's like the best simulating program at the moment. And I see like most professional drivers using it, like Charles Leclerc, Lando Norris, Max Verstappen. I see them all using it. So I think at the moment it's the best one to use.
Cool. All right, it's now 9:49. Pretty much we're on the wrap up. But I just want to say, before we do the official closing, I just want to say thanks again to our sponsors for tonight: Kenty Racing, Jamaica Race Drivers Club, WAP Performance, Boosting, Horsepower in a Bottle, Zidach Performance, Massive Auto Parts, and Squickly Wrecking and Haulage. Yeah. Oh, Warren Weir, big up Warren. Yeah, man.
Warren.
So big up everybody. Yeah, man. Big up everybody who made the time and popped in for a few and But any final word before we go, William?
I just want to say big thank you to everyone who came out to watch. And huge thanks to KFC for making everything possible. And ready to hit the track as soon as possible. Hope to see you guys all at Dover.